won the die roll. Do you want to notice how I win the die roll more often than 50% of the time? I know it doesn't make sense because it's random, but it does seem like I'm worse at top decking, but I'm really good at going first. Odd, right? Blue-green. Get our grizzly bear down. Make sure we don't use it, because that's real bad. Alright, the cub. So, we'll just revoke that now. Especially, that's kind of cool. Yeah, cub's bad news for us, so we'll make sure that's taken care of. Opponent could appetite that and get in. That would be a problem. High Spire Artisan. All right. All right. So need to draw action. If we do, we're in good shape. If we don't, we're in bad shape. Plenty of good draws we could rip. Aetherstorm Rock, Aetherborn Marauder, Master Trinketeer. So if we didn't draw a land for the rest of the game, we're going to be in awesome shape. Pretty happy my opponent took that. We were searching for that card the entire draft and didn't see it once. Conclusion's a good rip. So we'll swing actually with both of our Ibexes. But we're going to pump the one that's already been pumped. Maybe my opponent was worried about Subtle Strike. That could be it. Alright, Combustible Gear Hulk. So I don't want my opponent to draw 3, so I'll have him draw 3 cards with... No. So see how much we take. Only end up taking 2, so now we can just tidy conclusion that and nip the problem in the bud. Alright. Swing with Ibex this one this time. Play a land, go. All right. It's a big problem. So, need to start ripping some bombs. Rapidly losing confidence in this game. Each turn that goes without a spell draw. Self-Assembler would be a great draw. Trinketeer, Aetherstorm Rock, Aetherborn Marauder. The list really does go on and on of fantastic draws we could get here. Another tidy conclusion. There really is just a long list of great draws. Hawk is once again fantastic draw. My opponent's got reach, but It's not a huge deal. So I think we're just going to take the Tiger Bash. And next turn we can attack with Hawk and Ibex. Okay, so Hawk is gone. Take 6. All right. So on average, you expect to see 8 or 9 lands in the top 20 cards of your deck when you're running 17. And we've seen 11. So it's as easy as drawing too many lands, folks. It really is. It's not like some difficult math equation here. We'll keep the conclusion. Yeah, I think we got to double block it here. I can't really have... My opponent's just developed too much of a board to afford to take 6 damage now. So if our opponent's got a combat trick, we're done, son. But at the same time, I don't want to block with more than 2, because then it's just automatic 2 for 1. Alright, so we're toast now. I mean, thankfully we just lose one thing, but yeah, we're toast. So it's basically like games where we draw 8 lands in the top 20. I have so much confidence that we can win. Games where we draw any more than that, though, we're going to be done. Probably would have just attacked with everything. Kind of glad they didn't, though. So we got a tidy conclusion, the Tiger, for obvious reasons. Surprised my opponent didn't bounce the cub. Alright, so I guess we'll double block the tiger. I don't want to trade, I'd rather trade an assembler for a 6/6 than for a 4/2. Alright, well, that's GG's. We're super dead. I shouldn't even. The funny thing is I've drawn so many lands that I can just do everything with any spell. Like, there are some advantages of having just a bajillion lands. Any spell draw where you have value looks good. I guess it would have made more sense to go 3. Well, no, they have the reach, so I guess it doesn't matter. All right. Well, I think now my only hope of winning is my opponent decking at this point. Yep. So how many? We've got 4 lands out of 16 cards. So, yeah. It does feel like this happens often, and there's no good solution for it. Like, I wouldn't mind running more card advantage cards, but we have the self-assembler. That's kind of the problem. Like, this shouldn't be an issue. It shouldn't be an issue as often as it is. But I've talked about this before. I would say about 40% of Magic is completely draw dependent, and about 60% of it is your decision making affecting the outcome. Okay, so we can't take. We need to prevent 3 damage from that. So I guess we can block here. Yeah, maybe we're actually just dead. Which means my opponent definitely should have attacked with everything. Let's see. So yeah, I guess we're dead because of the trample. Let's see. If I block like this and then this, I guess this makes me live and go to 1. All right. Dragster. That's not going to do it. Yeah, we'll maybe hope my opponent screws up their blocks. So this seems like a very, very winnable match. We just have to draw a lot better. And if we do, I definitely have a lot of confidence that we can win this because our deck is very good. So we definitely should be able to win this. I'm pretty impressed with how well our opponent's making this 3-color deck work, though. I gotta give them credit there. They're playing double blue spells, double red, a bunch of green, and just seemingly absolutely no issues with mana base whatsoever. They do have multiple Attune with Aethers, though, which helps a lot. So, all right, we got wrecked, absolutely wrecked. So, like I said, we're just aiming for 8 lands in the top 20 cards, ideally 3 to 4 in the top 10, and maybe 5 in the top 10. So you really have to hit that sweet spot, it feels like, in Magic, or else you're just toast. So let's hope we can hit that sweet spot here in game 2. So we'll play first. Yep, it's a good hand. It's a good rip. Nice draw. All right, so we can crack the puzzle knot. Oh, so no Attune with Aethers necessary. All 3 colors found. So underhanded design is nice here. I kind of don't want to use it on either of those things, though. So we're just going to crew here and get in with Mechanic and Skiff again. That's a good trade for us, so I'm all right with that. Now I'll play the design and pass. I mean, I can use it on the Artisan. I feel as though we're probably going to want to use it on, well, say a Tiger. I can keep the beats going if I use it on... I guess I don't have to use design right now. But it might just be a good idea. I mean, I guess I'd rather use a conclusion, keep the design going for future drains. All right, so if I, let's see. So I got the land, let's just... I mean, I don't really want to trade. All right. I think we actually do it now. And we're going to do it on the Tiger. So I could have used design to kill Tiger and then killed Artisan with conclusion, which might have been okay. It's a lot of prophetic prisms. I wonder how many lands my opponent is running. Alright, so let's play the Enthusiast. We're just going to bust the... I guess I don't have to, though, do I? I can just drain my... Yeah, I guess it actually makes more sense to just drain my opponent for 2. We don't have to use a design on an Artisan, and we do the same thing that we would have done if we had attacked with a Skiff. Oh, wow. Wasn't expecting that at all. That's a bummer. It's actually the first time I've seen that card played in the 30 to 40 drafts that I've done. All right, that's extremely bad news for us. Pretty impressed with my opponent's mana base. They're just making it work perfect here. The prisms, they're splashing black card. They don't even have a mana source for it. Pretty impressed. They're making it work great. All right, so now we're on the land play. Yet this is pretty bad. So opponent's got more cards in hand, better board presence. That's pretty bad. So I have to use my own removal spell on my own bomb creature. Always a bad place to be. So looks like Cub's just going to take the game over here. So I need to get another artifact so I can kill it. All right. It's pretty bad for us. I probably can't have my opponent draw 3. Well, we only lost 1 life, so it's pretty good. Artifact would be helpful. Land does nothing, though, unfortunately. So, seems like we're past the point of return here, but I guess we'll play it out. So, opponent still has massive board presence advantage on top of massive card advantage in hand, which is, at this point, seemingly impossible to recover from. I'm trying to think how I could possibly come back from this. I'm not really coming up with anything that can bring us back in this game at this point. Even with all the bombs that we have, I just can't think of anything that could bring us back. Die young, so I can kill the tiger. So I probably have to keep the Marauder back now. I don't even think I can afford to attack with it anymore, which means I probably have to chump with it. So I actually can't afford to are we just dead? We might just be dead, right? So I guess I can block Ibex on this, this on this, and then take 9 and go to 1. I guess that's all I've got. I can't afford to lose the Skiff, though, because I actually still need it for the Underhanded design. I guess if our opponent attacked the Artisan, we would have just been dead. Not that it matters here. Die young does nothing, right? Yeah. So just never managed to find another artifact. So pretty disappointed overall with this draft, just because I really liked our deck a lot. I thought our deck was actually really powerful, but just did not perform well. I was pretty unhappy in matches 1 and 3 here with our deck performance. I mean, we just did a lot of, I feel like we did a lot of nothing. This game in particular, we did a lot. Just a metric ton of nothing. And then we just got blown out by like hazardous conditions. Like, how often are we actually going to have board states where we have a lot of 1/1s? I would argue not that often. Although I guess we have some 2 toughness guys in here too. So, self-assembler, when it came up, we won. When it didn't, we lost. When we drew a bunch of lands, we lost. It's like, just all around pretty disappointed. I feel like our deck really should have just performed a lot better than it did. But it did not. Did not perform that well for us. So, yep, we'll take the 1/2. We'll not get any value. We will not pass go. We will not collect $200. So, big loss there. Once again, though, really enjoyed the deck. I think this strategy is very good. I think this deck in particular looks very good. Maybe it needed the 3-drop energy generation card draw thing. But like I said, the self-assemblers are big-time value. The bombs that we had should have been big-time value. Like Master Trinketeer just lets you use all that flood mana for good use. Self-assembler, multiple 4/4s. So I guess we ended up just lacking value. I'm not exactly sure. I think we just drew not so impressive and saw too many lands, or in that case, just got blown out by hazardous conditions, which, like I said, is the first time I've seen played in like 40 drafts or so. So, yeah, played well there when we had a bunch of little dudes that got eaten up. All right, thanks for watching, folks. We'll see you soon.